In 5 days, the Huduma Namba registration exercise will come to an end, the government having declared that there will be no extension. 31 million people are reported to have already registered out of a targeted of more than 14 million Kenyans. We are now joined by reporter Laura Otieno in Kisumu for an update on the progress of the exercise in that region. Laura, it's so good to see you this morning. How are the lines looking like in Kisumu?
Well, Zinzi, here in Kisumu, we are at the Jomo Kenyatta Sports Ground Registration Center, and as you can see behind me, there is a long queue that has been waiting here basically since around 9 in the morning. Well, you know, the directive by the CS was that registration centers across the country will be open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So this particular station has been operating from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. from about last month, when Interior CS Fred Matiang'i was in this place and he ordered that the number of KEMS kits be increased from 4 to 6, so that at least many people, or rather to boost the numbers in terms of registration. So there was, when the exercise kicked off around 2nd April, there were issues on matters public awareness. I mean, how many people were really understanding what they were registering into? And even as the deadline approaches, there have been concerns that there are people who do not really understand what the Huduma Namba entails. So joining me here is a resident of Kisumu. Tafadhali njoo hapa. Niambie, kwa nini ama unatarajia utapata services gani after umeregister Huduma Namba, si ndio? So unatarajia utapata services gani zenye mtu ambaye hajaregister hatapata?
Umejua nitapata service mingi kwa sababu nimechukua Huduma Namba, waliniambia unaweza pata kazi kwa government, uwezi kufanya vitu zingine una hiyo Huduma Namba. Sasa nilikuwa the first person in Kisumu mwezi wa 4 tarehe 4 kuchukua Huduma Namba. Vile wali launch jana, nikaichukua kesho yake. Sasa naomba waongeze muda kwa sababu watu wengi wajachukua Huduma Namba, wanalia line huko Nyalenda A. Tuko na in my place hakuna watu wenye wana register Huduma Namba, lazima uende utafute kwa chief. Na kuna wanyanya wazee wafe wachukue Huduma Namba, wafe walete kwa mlango wachukue Huduma Namba. Hiyo ndio Kenya naweza omba watusaidie nayo. Kwa
hivyo unaona kwamba umechukua Huduma Namba utaenda kupata kazi kwa government?
Naweza pata kazi kwa government vile walisema. Wale wenye wajachukua Huduma Namba hawezi pata kazi kwa government.
Asante sana. Well, Zinzi, you can hear that sentiment from someone who was motivated to pick Huduma Namba simply because he thought he's going to get employment from the government. But then you see the Interior CS clarified the matter yesterday, of course, citing that there will be no extension of that deadline, and he indicated that it will be sort of smooth process compared to when you don't have Huduma Namba, when you're accessing or rather looking for government services. So that is a similar sentiment is held by a number of residents in Kisumu, even as the number in this particular county approaches about the 300,000 mark. So that with that in mind, it will be interesting to see now what people will be expecting, or how they will be behaving, especially in government offices after the deadline has been closed and the rollout of the actual government services under Huduma Namba will be issued. So as at now, that is the status of registration here in Kisumu. We expect this crowd to be getting bigger because at around noon it's usually a hive of activities here in this ground, queues extending as long as 1 meter, 2 meters of people patiently waiting for the registration into the NIM system. So that is it here in Kisumu County. Back to you, Zinzi.
All right, thank you so much, Laura. That's Laura Otieno there with an update from us in Kisumu about Huduma Namba.